Hello everybody, LardAlmighty here, and I am in front of the camera as opposed to behind it because we are celebrating a tremendous milestone for this channel. We just hit our 500th subscriber, which absolutely floors me. I am totally blown away by how fast and how big this channel has grown. I started it as just something fun to do in my time off, just a place to post my home videos of me going on fishing trips. And the fact that so many of you are really into it and really want to see more is just, it's absolutely astounding. Like I said, I never dreamed. I never dreamed that anything like this could happen. And I just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys for your subscription and your support and just letting you know that it means the world to me. This is one of the most fantastic things that has ever happened to me. And I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. I really mean that. This is absolutely phenomenal. And I just want to thank each and every one of you. In the past, in these milestone specials, I've shown clips that haven't made it to actual videos. But I think this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a vlog format where I'll be addressing some things about the channel and answering some of the frequently asked questions that I see down in the comments a lot. One of the questions I get asked frequently is where exactly it is that I'm fishing. Well, in the beginning of the video, I do like to give you guys an idea. I'll give you the name of the pond, or I'll give you the county the pond is in, or I'll give you the stretch of river that I'm fishing, what county it's located in. The location doesn't matter, really, in terms of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show people that within reasonable distance of where they live, there's a pond or a river or a lake where they can just go and have a great time catching fish. I know that there's some videos that I've done in places like Lake Champlain and the Upper Delaware River, and those are kind of like destination spots where the fishing spot is kind of the star of the show, but really what I want my message to be is that fishing doesn't have to be too complicated. It can be as simple as grabbing a container of worms and a rod, going down to the local pond for, you know, a half hour to an hour, just catching sunfish and just having a great time. There's nothing more to it than that. It doesn't have to be a big production. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to, you know, be planned in advance. Fishing is just something that should happen. You know, you should wake up one day or, you know, look outside after work one day and say, huh, you know, I'd really like to go fishing today. That's really what I want the theme of this channel to be all about. Is that fishing does not have to be complicated. Anyone can do it. Anybody can have fun at it. And you don't have to be a professional to do it well. Another question I get a lot is people asking me about what kind of lures I'm using and what kind of techniques and tactics that I use to catch fish. And I've been trying to include a little bit more of that in my videos because you guys are asking, but I don't want the channel to be a repository for just tips and tricks for fishing, because there's a lot better sources to get stuff like that. There's a bunch of different fishing magazines and websites and TV shows where people will break down step by step exactly what you should use, where you should use it, when you should use it, how you should fish it. And those guys are really the authority that you should be listening to, because I learned most of my fishing knowledge from guys like that. You know, I grew up watching the Bassmasters and those guys on television, and we had subscriptions to Field and Stream and In-Fisherman and Bassmaster in my house growing up. That's where I got all of my information from. So you're a lot better off hearing it from the horse's mouth instead of relying on me to paraphrase it for you, because, you know, by the time it gets through me, it's probably diluted and it might not be right anymore, because I am not the best fisherman in the world, and I never said I was, and, you know, it doesn't matter to me that I'm not, but I'm not really the guy that you should be going to for techniques. That's not really my forte. That's not really what I want to do with this channel. I just want it to be all about fun, and, you know, I want it to be very informal. And I don't want to, it sounds kind of stupid, but I don't want to put catching fish at the forefront of my fishing channel, because in a lot of ways that's really not what fishing is supposed to be. Fishing is supposed to be something that's fun and relaxing that you do to unwind and get away from all the crap that's been pissing you off in work or school or life in general. And it's just an escape. It's something to do to have a good time. So I don't want to make it a big production. I don't want to make it too complicated. I just want the grassroots of what fishing is supposed to be to show through on the channel. So as much as I'll try to help you guys who ask questions, and I love that you're asking questions and that you're kind of relying on me for advice, it's kind of intimidating too, to be quite honest with you. But as much as I'll help you guys, as much as I can, I'm not going to make this a channel that's all about the different techniques and lures and things like that. Another thing I get comments about on the channel a lot, and this is probably the main source of negativity that shows up on the channel, is people really don't like it when I keep fish on the channel. And I can understand that, because I know that a lot of people are very staunchly catch and release only fishermen. They won't keep any fish at any time for any reason, and that's their choice, and I totally respect that. During the course of any given season, I keep maybe a dozen fish throughout an entire season. That's from January 1st until December 31st. I'm keeping an average of maybe one fish per month. And I'm certainly not keeping more than what I'm entitled to. I never keep more than my daily limit. I never keep undersized fish. I never keep fish out of season. You know, I never want to advocate breaking of any laws or regulations. So all the fish I keep, I'm within my legal right to do so. And I believe that I approach it in a responsible manner. I never keep more fish than I can use in the immediate future. I have talked to people who they fish for trout, for instance, and they'll tell me that they got a freezer full of like 100 trout, and yet they're sitting there with a stringer full of trout right next to me. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? You've got plenty of trout in the freezer. What are you keeping these for? So as much as I respect everybody's right to be a total catch and release fisherman, that's not who I am. I do like to keep fish on occasion. I don't make a habit out of it, but I will keep fish on occasion. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know some of you will disagree with me. I know there's probably going to be a few comments to that effect at the bottom of this video, but I will hold true to my beliefs. I'm actually subscribed to a professional YouTuber who put it very succinctly in one of his videos a few months ago. He said, no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, somebody is going to hate you for it. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You know, I do kind of use the comments on the videos to see how things are going, and based on what I've seen, reactions to videos where I keep fish have been, you know, if not totally positive, they're at least neutral. You know, people accept that I keep the fish and they don't have a big problem with it. So I figure as long as people don't show up en masse and really give me a lot of pushback about keeping fish, then I'm going to continue to do that. What I will do, however, for those of you who don't like me keeping fish, from now on, when there's a video where fish are going to be kept, I'm going to put a disclaimer at the front of the video. This way you know right up front that the video contains fish being killed and kept for me to eat, and you can choose to either watch it or you can choose to move on if you want. I figure that's the very least I can do for you guys, because I do respect that you guys are totally catch and release, and if you don't want to see me keeping any fish, you certainly have the right to turn off the video if you don't want to see it. So that's really the only black cloud that seems to be hanging over the channel. I would say just about everything else, the response has been overwhelmingly positive, which I'm really grateful for guys chiming in and, you know, telling me I'm doing a great job and that they want to see more, and I do appreciate that. But kind of on the subject of dissent and hate comments like that, I do want to stress that as far as I'm concerned, there is a difference between hate and criticism. Criticism I take very seriously. If you see something that I'm doing on the channel that you think isn't the right thing to do, or even if you think that there's a better way to do it, I want you to tell me. I want you to leave me a comment and point out what it is, and I want you to say, hey, maybe you could do this better, or hey, maybe you could do this instead. That I do take very seriously, and I do take it to heart. In fact, I want to show you something. You guys might notice this from some of my later trout fishing videos. And in my earlier trout fishing videos, when I wasn't using this landing net, I got a lot of complaints about how I was landing and handling the trout before I released them. And I look back at those old videos and I thought, well, maybe there is a better way for me to do it. So that's why I picked up the landing net, and now whenever I go trout fishing, you see me using this landing net. So this was you guys. This was enough of you standing up and saying, hey, you're not doing something right, you need to change things. I certainly don't feel like I'm too good to change. You know, as a fisherman, as a human being, I'm always looking for ways to be better. So if anybody ever has any helpful suggestions for me, I would be more than happy to hear all of them. Hate comments, on the other hand, I don't even bother with. I read them, I laugh at them, and then I move on. Because if you're going to resort to name-calling and insults, you're not going to get me to see things your way. So if you have any criticism, keep it civil so that I'll pay attention to it. Because if I see nasty words or if I see insults or name-calling in the comment, I'm just going to blow right by it, and I'm not even going to consider what you have to say. A lot of people also ask me about what kind of camera I use to record the videos. I've actually got it right here for you guys. This is my camera. This is the very same camera that I use. This is a GoPro Hero 3 White Edition, and I've got it on this head mount strap. I wear it just like a headlamp, like this. This is how I look when I'm filming a video. Well, usually I have a hat on, but this is exactly how it sits on my head, and I just press the record button and keep it running the whole time, and you know, I'll bring the footage back after the fishing trip is over, and I'll just go into my editing program, which is Adobe Premiere, by the way, in case you're interested in that, and I'll just cut together the video, all the parts I want to show you guys, and there it is. It's as simple as that. Wait a minute. If this is my camera, then how am I filming this? So now that there are 500 of you on board, what does the future hold for this channel? Well, that's a very good question. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of running out of new ideas. In the past year especially, I've noticed that I've been doing a lot of filming at the same old spots that I normally go to, using the same old lures, fishing for the same types of fish, and while I personally don't think there's anything really wrong with that, I understand how a lot of you guys might be getting bored with seeing essentially the same video multiple times during the course of a season. So I'm going to make an effort to change it up a lot in the, well, maybe not a lot, but at least introduce some new changes coming up in the next year and beyond. How exactly I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm working on possibly doing some more destinations. I'm thinking about maybe adding some kind of new format to keep things interesting. I've been toying around with the idea of kind of doing like a grab bag type of challenge where I'll pick the name of a body of water out of a hat and I'll go there and fish no matter what the conditions. Or maybe I'll do something similar, only it'll be with a lure. I'll pick a lure out of a hat and I'll just use that lure for the whole day no matter what. You know, these are just ideas I'm kicking around in my head. I haven't really decided anything concrete yet. As far as destinations go, I am constantly scouring Google Earth for new fishing destinations. I think I found a few promising spots in a more local area for trying next year. A lot of people ask me, especially in my West Branch of the Delaware videos, if I would ever fly fish for trout. And I'm really leaning towards giving that a shot this year. I'm not 100% sure that I'm absolutely going to do it because I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. As far as like level of skill in fly fishing, I'm definitely still at the beginner level. And if I head up to the West Branch with nothing but a fly rod, I might not catch very much and I might not be able to put a good video together. So I'm willing to give it a try, and I'm kicking the idea around and talking to people about it. And I'm leaning towards giving it a try this season, but don't quote me on that. It's not 100% set in stone yet. As far as other things that you guys might want to see on this channel, I am always open to suggestions. If you have a spot that you think I should try, or if you have a lure that you use frequently and you think I should give it a try at one of my favorite spots, feel free to suggest that. Either leave a comment in the video or send me a message over YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. I always read the comments. I always read my messages. So if you got something that you want to ask me or you want something to suggest to me, I will see it and I will take it under consideration. That I absolutely promise you. I will say one thing though. If you are going to suggest a place that's really far away that would require more than like a half-day drive or require me getting a plane flight, I'm not a huge fan of travel. I don't like driving more than maybe 4 hours to get to a fishing place, and I definitely don't like to fly. It's not that I'm afraid of flying, it's just that I think it is a big pain in the butt. Not to say that I wouldn't fly somewhere to go fishing, but it better be a slam dunk. I mean, there better be a preponderance of evidence suggesting that it is going to be the fishing trip of a lifetime before I will consider setting foot on a plane, because Flying sucks. Flying's not out of the question, but it really better be a sure thing if I'm going to get on a plane anymore. So that's all for now. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to thank you guys and let you know that your subscriptions and your overall support, it really means so much to me. I really can't thank you guys enough. If you were looking forward to seeing some fishing clips in here, I apologize. I haven't stopped doing clip videos. I will do one eventually. I do have some clips on my computer that I can put together. But I wanted to make this kind of a more personal video and just kind of give you like a more of a one-on-one interaction between me and you guys, because I am so grateful for all the support that you've given me since, God, I started this channel I think in like 2011. So it's been 4.5 years I've been doing this. So for all of you who've been around since the beginning, thank you very much. If you're the last guy on board, if you're subscriber number 500, thank you so much as well for showing your support and believing in the channel. Each one of you guys, really, you just mean so much to me. So again, thank you so much. I just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1,000 times thank you. So that's all for this video. Again, thank you very much. And next time I will hopefully have some fish to show you guys, because I know that's what a lot of you guys come here for, and I want to keep delivering for you guys. And as always, I will see you on the next adventure.